It's getting terrible. Yesterday, upon the demonstrators occupying parliament, America's ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, was flown out of Kenya. And today, several foreigners are flying out. They are fleeing the country. JKIA is crowded. Before we dig deep into that, let's have a look at a post shared out by Nelson Harvey through his X account. Harvey is the chairperson of the board of directors of the Retirement Benefits Authority, RBA. So he is a government employee. But nonetheless, he shared out this. We now know that the abductions were conducted by NIS officers. The truthful man has given the sign. Let the resignation letters start coming in. IG, NIS, DCI, CS Interior, PS Interior, and all those scoundrels misleading the president. This is a government employee calling on other government employees to resign. And he's trying to quote his boss regarding Gachagua, a totally confused government. Nelson Harvey went ahead to say this. I have listened to the People's Assembly in the Twitter space. It is evident the people are not pacified. They want change in executive and legislature now. Way out, constitute IBC ASAP, dissolve parliament in reliance upon Chief Justice Maraga's advice, and conduct a general election. Harvey is saying that he has listened to people in Twitter. They are not happy. William Ruto's withdrawal of the finance bill has not calmed them down. They are not convinced. The only option now is for president to dissolve parliament. Fresh elections should be called. I want us to dig deep into this, considering that this is a government employee, a Kenya Kwanza supporter. Yes, it's interesting, ladies and gentlemen. That aside, let's now look at JKIA. Cornelius K. Rono, breaking news. Hundreds of foreigners are flying out of the country. This comes a day after US Ambassador Meg Whitman flew to the US due to the ongoing protests in Kenya, after which those photos there have been shared out. JKIA is crowded. These foreigners are fleeing Kenya. Gen Zs have given William Ruto 48 hours. And some are still promising that tomorrow they will be on the streets and, if possible, occupy State House. That's what a good number are saying. So we should also expect running battles tomorrow in Nairobi. And yesterday, America's ambassador to Kenya flew away. Or rather, he was flown out. It might be possible that America already has intelligence that the situation is only but going to worsen, and that's why Meg Whitman was flown out of the country very fast. Immediately, Parliament was occupied. And her flying out confirms that sometimes these Western leaders can really spoil a country, and if the country is spoiled, they run away, leaving the people fighting. Meg Whitman is one of the most hated ambassadors we have in Kenya. In fact, from some quarters, it's believed she's the most corrupt ambassador we have in Kenya. And she has also been very loud playing politics. She has even forgotten her ambassadorial role and she has been engaging in politics. So she has come out as being very insensitive to the plights of Kenyans. For example, endorsing Ruto and consistently insisting that Ruto won 2022 presidential election. Meg Whitman does not know that Kenya is not the US. In Kenya, elections are being rigged, and that has been proved on several occasions. So they can destroy a country and they run away, leaving the country fighting. And we are now seeing these foreigners also flying out, and they are mostly Wazungus. And it's believed that these are the same people who have piled pressure on Ruto through IMF, World Bank, and Ruto is implementing their policies to the letter. That only confirms that it's true the West can use you and they dump you. The West set William Ruto against Kenyans and they are now dumping him. And I'm saying they're dumping him, going on what the United Nations also said yesterday, and also going on what the ambassadors also said yesterday. So the West has used Ruto, they are now dumping him. And Meg Whitman very fast flew away because she knew she has been messing up with Kenya's democracy. Every now and then, coming out as a government's apologist and a defender. So as an envoy, it's expected that the envoy has to be neutral and to avoid too much politics. But this Meg Whitman has not been neutral and has been very active and loud on political issues. And now, as I conclude, Nelson Harvey is a government employee, and you are seeing him saying that those kidnapping people are the NIS. So the government itself is admitting that indeed it's kidnapping people. Such kind of a government should resign. If the government itself is implicating itself, that's a government that has no business ruling on the people. It should resign. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any other person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. God bless you. God bless Kenya.